Radiant team ban.
Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the GEST Dota 2 Southeast Asian Challenge. Qualifiers for the challenge. This is game 5 of best of 5 for the grand final between Team Pokerface, a Korean team, and Team Titan, a Malaysian team. Thank you, of course, to Gigabyte for sponsoring this tournament, and Dota Talk for very kindly allowing me and Kasha to cast this. What's up?
Not much, just excited for this last game as Titan. They get their hands on possibly the strongest initiator in the game, being the Batrider, but Team Pokerface, well, just 5 straight games in a row. Enchantress as well as the Shadow Shaman ban, and actually they're going back to what they ran in the first 2 games, I think, the Dazzle and the Shadow Demon. They lost the first 2 games as well, of course, and well, there's nothing to say that they will do it this time around, because both the Shadow Demon and Dazzle are actually pretty decent against the Batrider, just keeping the heroes alive that the Batrider initiates on.
Yeah, that is an interesting pickup from Team Pokerface, but I think it can work. I mean, it is a really strong combo. It was just that first game what even happened? That was so many games ago. I think they just didn't really keep it together in that mid-game phase, and Titan just kind of snowballed over them. So we'll have to see, but Pokerface, I think every game they've been steadily increasing their ability. Like the first game they got trashed, second game they had a good early game, but then lost in the mid-game. Third game they had a good early game and kept it together for the mid-game and won, and then fourth game they just kept it together the whole game and won. So, I mean, if this trend is going to continue, then I think Pokerface are just going to win from the get-go, but of course Ohio on that Batrider is just terrifying, and well, Titan have got a pretty big pick of the crop with their next pickup. They could get the Sand King again for Net, but he's probably a little bit bored of it at this point. I mean, maybe they want to grab something like that Axe again, or Ancient Apparition for Extinct is also quite nice. Just a really strong laning hero, and if they want to run Tri-Lane versus Tri-Lane, A is quite good for that. Yeah,
it definitely is, and to be honest, even if they want to go for the Axe, which is definitely still a possibility, and they had the Ancient Apparition together with the Axe last time around as well, but I think the Axe is less likely to get banned out than the Ancient Apparition would have been. And well, I mean, let's say that they don't go for an Axe. What would be the alternatives to actually set up the Ice Blast kills?
So many different heroes they could go for. I mean, they've already got the Batrider for initiation, so they can't really grab something like the Darkseer for the off lane. But I mean, they could still get something like, I don't know, Rubik is quite good just for AA to get, you know, that lift into Blast. Or they could grab something like a Disruptor as well. Disruptor A is a really strong combo once they get their levels, but getting the levels, of course, is rather hard if you are going to be versing an aggressive Tri-Lane. It's a bit hard to tell though, because it depends on what sort of lineup Titan want to go for. Since, you know, normally when they play the strongest, I feel like they go for, I wouldn't say hardcore push lineups, but heroes that have got good pushing ability. So things like the Jakiro, you know, Enchantress, Shadow Shaman. I can see why Pokerface banned them out, because if you do let Extinct get a hero like Shadow Shaman or Enchantress, he's just going to push down all your towers very quickly. So maybe Titan grabbing a Chen could be good. I mean, what do you think? What do you think is going to be able to round their lineup out?
To be honest, I mean, usually I would be really excited to see a Sand King on Titan, but it actually hasn't worked out for them that well. Oh, it gets banned. I actually am pretty happy that it got banned, so Titan can't go for it. Just to see something different coming out from them. As Pokerface, well, they go for the 3rd time in a row for the Bristleback. It's worked out wonders for them, and together with the Dazzle, this Bristleback should never die.
Yeah.
Of course, in the early on, maybe if he's in the off lane, but I mean, just in the team fights, the Dazzle keeping them alive. Although Ancient Apparition, the pressure is on him, I guess, to actually land the nice Ice Blast. And I wouldn't mind seeing Titan actually go for some teamfight of their own, but most teamfight heroes actually do just tend to go for the offlane, like Darkseer, Tidehunter. So, no, I definitely wouldn't want to see a Tidehunter support, that's for sure. Maybe Nyx Assassin wouldn't be that bad, but if you don't get the levels early, you just fall off as well.
Nah. I mean, Net actually does play a really nice Nyx Assassin support. I've seen him play it a couple of times before, and it's similar to his Sand King, just that he's got such a good ability to land those multiple hero stuns. So I wouldn't actually mind the Nyx Assassin being picked up, but the big sort of problem is who's going to be his target, because Shadow Demon and Dazzle is so defensive that unless he sort of targets those 2 heroes, you know, he's not going to be finding any kills because they're just going to save whoever. But of course, you target Shadow Demon, well, Dazzle's there to grave. You target Dazzle, well, Shadow Demon's there to disrupt. So it is very hard. And wow, Pokerface going for the Invoker. Invoker must feel so loved. Picked up 2 games out of 5. But Titan going for the Razor, which I think is pretty good. I mean, Yamata showed how fantastic he is at that Razor. That was it game 1 or game 2? I mean, he just destroyed Pokerface with it. So could be a little bit scary.
I think the Razor is a pretty decent overall pick as well. And actually the Plasma Field does a lot of damage early on. Dazzle and Shadow Demon, yeah, they are pretty good defensively, but actually don't have too much HP themselves. So with an Ice Blast, Plasma Field actually already might tick down to it. And well, overall, I think Titan, I'm at least hoping for them to actually get some more burst damage going, because the easiest way to deal with a Bristleback is just try to kill him off early before it actually starts getting the mech finished up, maybe a Vanguard, something like that.
Yeah.
And just to burst him down to his face. Although that would require for you to actually have some proper lockdown as well, apart from the lasso. So, I mean, just drafting overall in a game of Dota, I mean, just the hardest thing. Oh, they go for a Nerve Shaker.
Oh. Well, that is not risky, but an interesting pickup, as you don't often see Titan playing the Earthshaker. He is a pretty strong hero, and I think he's going to be quite nice in that, I suppose, defensive tri lane, especially since it looks like Team Pokerface will be going aggressive. I think they're going to be running that Shadow Demon Dazzle, you know, combo with another aggressive base hero, maybe even the Bristleback, but if not the Bristleback, Slack's been banned out, but there's a lot of options in the pool. I mean, Gyrocopter is a less popular option who wouldn't be awful. Morana is still in the pool, so they could grab her. Shadow Demon Morana is a nice combo. But Earthshake is always quite good against aggressive tri-lanes, just being able to kind of split people up with the block. And if they run Razor in the tri-lane being played by KYXY, he could steal a lot of damage with that static link. Just Earthshake a fissure into static link, trapping someone in the corner and then just beating the crap out of them with their own damage.
Yeah, overall, against the Bristleback, the Earthshake is pretty nice as well, but he either has to have just immaculate positioning or just get that early blink dagger for himself, because usually with a Bristleback, the Bristleback is actually just in the front lines trying to zone everybody out. But if the Earthshaker suddenly comes in, blinks, fissures the Bristleback so that he would be alone, it should be an easy kill for Titan, especially if Razor just goes for a static link like you said as well, if they're blocked in anyway. So Titan definitely have some synergy. They actually have a lot of turtling power as well with the Ice Blast, with the Earthshaker coming in with the Echo Slam. And I'm just wondering what their last hero is going to be. I mean, they can go for either a mid laner, even something like a Dragon Knight would do for them, or just pick up a safe lane farmer just as possible. I mean, Razor can definitely switch between safe and mid lane.
That is true, but well, whatever Pokerface picks up next is going to be a bit revealing, and Titan, like you said, Razor can go mid or he can go easy lane, so Titan have got the, I guess, versatility to just take whatever they need last to round their lineup out, because like I said, KYXY and Yamato both play the Razor quite effectively. Ohio, of course, playing the Barrata, since that's, you know, his hero. Any sort of initiation hero that's quite tanky and dives a lot, it's Ohio's thing. But Pokerface, I mean, what do you think they should grab? Do you think Morana's going to be a good option, despite her nerf last patch? Well,
if you have the Shadow Demon, with the Shadow Demon I think it's definitely viable, especially if the Invoker plans to go for Exort. Then it would be just such a deadly combination onto any hero at all, especially if there's a Dazzle to provide extra burst damage with the Shadow Wave there. Although, I mean, it actually would give them some pretty nice early mid game, and I think the Moonlight Shadow early on is just such a good spell because it forces your enemy supports to go for that early detection, and usually they just don't have the goal to do so anyway, especially if you're an Earthshaker. You're having trouble farming up anyway since you don't have the Sandstorm like the Sand King does.
Yeah.
So, I think it would be a nice game to see the Mirana here.
Yeah, I agree, but they're thinking about it hard, obviously. Either that or they just want a time waste because, you know, it's not like this is a 5-hour farm fest, no, not farm fest, but it's not like this is game 5 of best of 5. Ugh. Wind Ranger.
Wow.
Alright. I can dig it.
Oh man, that's a lot of poke with the Wind Run. The Shackles as well, possibly just so devastating. And that makes for a really strong aggressive tri-lane if they want to run it. Shadow Demon, Dazzle, Wind Ranger, Wind Runner, and Bristleback safe lane, Invoker mid lane. Although, I mean, Bristleback against the Bat Rider, I think the Bat Rider definitely should have the upper hand, so might be just a... Well, actually, do you think it might be possible that they go for a Bristleback tri-lane?
No.
Oh man, I would say it ain't so.
If this is a mid
No,
KYXY
Naga
Naga,
Siren.
I mean,
It's not a bad pick, to be honest, at the moment. Just gives him some extra turtling. Once he gets that Radiance, start the split push.
KYXY
And Poker
Naga.
Face, I mean, later stages of the game, what do they actually have to bring down the illusions?
They've got nothing. Poker Face is all out early game. They don't have a carry that can compete with the Naga Siren. And this Naga Siren, I think, is quite smart as a pickup as well, because in the mid lane, against an Invoker, she should be able to get up, you know, her pretty fast Battle Fury, what am I talking about? Battle Fury, pretty fast Radiance. Because I don't know how Poker Face can really contest a Naga Siren in the mid lane. And late game, Poker Face just can't contest it. A Wind Ranger carry against a Naga Siren, I mean, Wind Ranger, unless Wind Ranger has had like the best start in the world and is 6-slotted with, you know, an Argonym Scepter and an MKB, there's no way they can contest. So I'm just going to restart my Dota quickly. I don't have any mouse again. Yeah, I think this is looking really, really hard there for Poker Face. They have to finish this game early. They have no way to take it late. So this is all or nothing for them.
Have you actually tried just clicking the mouse button, the wheel scroll?
It doesn't work.
It usually brings down the mouse.
Okay, I'll try
Or
again.
the
My
cursor.
mouse. It just disappears and it doesn't come back. No, just click on it.
Yeah,
I'll try the middle.
it happens usually after the games, but just clicking on the wheel, just
Okay.
the mouse free button, so to say. But I mean, it's not like you're gonna miss anything anyway. At the moment, Titan, they're just roaming around in their own jungle. I guess trying to defend against wards, and KYXY looks like he's gonna be mid lane after all.
Yep.
Since he started with 3 iron branches, no regeneration whatsoever, so going for the fast bottle.
That's, yeah, KYXY did used to play Naga Siren quite a lot back in Yoldi Miracle, making Naga Siren very popular. KYXY played the mid Naga a lot, and he's very, very good at it. He farms well, he stacks the camps well, and of course he's going to have, you know, Extinct stacking the camps too. And actually, speaking of Extinct, it's Yamato on the Razor, Extinct on the Ancient Apparition, KYXY on the mid Naga Siren, Net on the Earthshaker, and Ohio on the Batrider. But yeah, Titan, good lineup. Do you want to go through Poker Face?
Yeah, MP will be playing on the Invoker on that safe lane, leaving Sky to support him on the Shadow Demon, and mid lane taken up by Febby on the Windrunner. Leaving a dual lane on the bottom lane with JYU on the Bristleback and Cynical playing that Dazzle of his. And, well, I mean, dual lane with a Bristleback Dazzle definitely should end up with the Bristleback getting a decent amount of XP as well as not dying against the Nerfshaker Ancient Apparition combination. Although, a nice Fisher block might change it around.
Ohio just stealing the creep wave there. Yeah, this lane's coming out from Poker Face. I think they're nice, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. So a dual lane will be enough to kind of keep the Invoker alive against this Batrider. But on the off lane, I mean, is Cynical going to be able to outlast this Trilane? You can already see the positioning from Net, like you said. He's hoping to, despite this tree down, get a nice Fissure block across here, since Fissure is such a long range. And Cynical, I mean, he's running back and forward. He's kind of jitting across this line. So if Net does decide to bite his way through and go for the Fissure, it could be a pretty easy first blood. But Cynical, of course, is watching his position and staying out of experience range primarily.
Oh, the static link is there. There's the Fisher onto both heroes as well. Oh, JYU nowhere to run. The damage stolen, 42 points of it already, and that's going to be the first part. Or is it the Shallow Grave? Is it going to be clutch enough? Actually, might be able to escape one more right click by Yamato and Naruto. Going for Cynical now. A few right clicks, they're actually going to get that secondary kill, or are they the last right clicks? No! Oh, are you kidding me? Extinct might lose his life as well. Another kill spray by JYU. Doesn't get in range, but actually, oh, Extinct goes down in the end anyway. So even the Courier died somewhere.
Courier died in the mid lane. Sky picked it off as the bottle was coming to KYXY, which is going to give KYXY a pretty hard time in the mid lane. So Poker Face, that was like ideal start for them. Dual lane against the tri lane kills off both the supports, and they get the Courier shutting down KYXY in the mid lane.
Oh man. And that Shallow Grave coming out from Cynical, I mean, just keeping JYU alive so barely. But perfectly done by them, and Titan, you could see them just wanting to get that first blood, finally wanting to get ahead early on, which they had been denied of in the last 3 games more or less, but just completely backfired on them, and it couldn't have gone any more wrong for them, to be honest. Yeah,
I mean, that was devastating. Of course, Titan do have... I mean, the thing about Titan's lineup is they've got this late game. Yamato, they were diving a little bit aggressively there. You know, if Titan can make it to around about the 25-minute mark without losing a significant advantage, I think Titan have got this. That's honestly how I feel about this lineup coming up from Poker Face. So the pressure is on Poker Face. They have to play this early game flawlessly. And if they don't, it's going to be, you know, a lost cause for them because KYXY is going to get that Radiance up and is just going to carry the game. And even in the mid lane, despite not having the bottle, he's still drawing even in last hits with Febby. So Febby's doing whatever he can to get the harassment going. He's trying to force KYXY out of lane, but KYXY is still getting the farm he needs, you know, still getting a rock and roll in. So, Pokerface, hard game.
I'm not too sure if Febby actually has played that matchup recently. I mean, Windrunner doesn't actually have, well, the damage is decent, but just the base armor on Naga Siren, it's so damn huge. He's already level 7 when he's level 4. Starts up at 6, I think. So it's so hard to harass, even though KYXY doesn't have a stout shield or anything. But bottom lane, another statics link. Fisher was used as well. But, well, Fisher didn't block anything, just a stun. And, well, I have to agree with you there that Pokerface, the pressure is definitely on them. So far, they started up well, but they need to keep it up as well. In JYU, he's actually not getting any farm, almost 4-0 on the bottom lane. So even though they're in a dual lane, I think actually the double dual lanes hurt them in the point of actually Ohio. I thought he was doing pretty decent off lane, but he's rotated into the jungle instead.
I think that's honestly not a bad decision. I mean, this easy lane coming out from Pokerface has got pretty good kill potential. Disruption into a Sunstrike with Cold Snap to boot, that's enough to kill off Ohio. And while normally he doesn't abandon the off lane, I think he knows that at this point their team is, you know, they've kind of given themselves a harder time by giving those 2 free kills away on the off lane, I mean, for Pokerface. So he might as well just go farm the jungle and ensure he gets a fast blink dagger. Yeah, he won't be able to apply the normal pressure he does onto the easy lane farmer for Pokerface, but at least he'll have a fast blink dagger and he won't have the potential of hitting kills at all. So I think it's a smart decision. I think it's a better decision than, you know, going bot and dying.
To be honest, what I would like to see from Pokerface now is to just shadow him and start rotating around and never mind, get spotted out by this observer ward anyway. But since the Shadow Demon doesn't have anybody to just harass on the lane anyway, he could rotate around, especially that there's an Exort Invoker on their team. So set up those kills, maybe even mid lane onto KYXY before he gets the Song of the Siren, although that's only like 1 creep away. And it's so surprising, KYXY 26-2 compared to 29-7 on the Windrunner without the bottle for the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, but it's so hard to stop a Naga Siren from farming because the traditional way Naga Siren plays in the mid lane is just using the mirror images to farm. You summon your mirror images, you send, you know, 2 at the enemy hero, you send, you know, 1 at the creep wave, you send your hero at the creep wave as well, and then you just spam out the Riptide to farm.
Oh, what bottom lane? Cynical might be in trouble, Shellowgrave. It's gonna wear off, the last right click will come in. And in the meantime, there was a TP out by JYU, never mind, the Extinct is the one TPing out instead. And so, finally Titan's tri lane, they grab themselves a kill. And, well, that's what you get, Pokerface. JYU together with Cynical, they were actually feeling really safe on that bottom lane. Well, they were just shown that Titan, they have plenty of kill potential.
They do. I mean, that early kill, early double kill I suppose, was just, oh wow, that Shadow Wave doing massive damage to Yamate. But that was primarily just because they dived. I mean, they should not have been diving in level 1. They don't really have a dive great team. So it was just kind of a misplay by Titan rather than, you know, Pokerface being like, oh, we can win this lane easy. But still, 1-2 on the board. I mean, Pokerface did have a good start, and as long as they can be a little bit more cautious with their mana pool, there is no Bazzi Ring on this off lane, which I think is maybe an oversight there by JYU. I think getting a Bazzi Ring would be really helpful, because Cynical especially, very mana dependent hero, and I mean, so is Bristleback. And having that Bazzi Ring is going to enable them to have more armor to protect themselves, but more mana regeneration so they can kind of spam out the Quill Spray a little bit more. So I'm kind of wondering what the thought process behind not getting a Bazzi Ring is for JYU. But regardless, I mean, Yamate's still not getting, you know, complete free farm.
Maybe you might find Ohio in the jungle though. Ohio just trying to farm up. Will there be a shackle? Yes, there really connects as well. There's the Sunstrike with, oh my god. That burst. That was just perfect setup, and can you actually go for more now?
Well, it looks like
sure looks like
a...
Oh man. Another shackle connects onto Yamate. The Quill Sprays are flying out. A nice Fisher onto 2. And actually Yamate is fine for the timing in the 6. He's the one on the run. Febby. Power shot coming off cooldown soon enough. Will he actually hit it as well? 1 second. Uses the wind run now. Doesn't have enough mana. Bottling up. And next thing probably gonna take a fall. 1 more right click. Febby will finish it up. With the last Sodo with the Fisher onto Febby. He's still alive. He's in the Firefly. Might fall down. 2 stacks of sticky napalm. Yes, he goes down. JYU is gonna be the next one. Yamate. Static click up onto Cynical as well. And suddenly the entire tri lane or the dual lane plus Febby wiped out.
Yeah, it was a 3-for-1 exchange at the end of it, I believe. So it looked like it was good for Pokerface, but they overextended slightly. After getting that kill, they needed to back out, but Ohio was just back into the fight way too quickly. He was so, you know, they respawn so quickly, I suppose, at the start of the game that tower diving can be quite risky. Of course, Pokerface did trade a T1 tower in the top lane, the last hit going the way of the Invoker, so he's sitting pretty, on 4,500 net worth compared to KYXY, who also had free farm. He's sitting on 3,300, so not too bad there. Can't complain about that for Invoker, but will an Exort Invoker be able to outcarry a Naga Siren? You know, since KYXY, he's already got the drum up very, very soon, and once the drum is done, it's just going to be straight to Radiance, and this is only 8 minutes into the game.
Well, it's just going to come down to if Pokerface can actually start going a little bit more aggressive before KYXY finishes up that Radiance of his. And it's just getting harder and harder. Like you said, he's just finishing up the drums now. He's pretty damn tanky. So Pokerface, with this disruption, Sunstrike, Power Shot, yes, they might be able to bring him down before Song of the Siren, I guess. But I mean, Naga farming up reasonably well, the highest net worth in his own team as well. Yamate catching up a little bit bottom lane, 4 assists, 0 deaths, working on his mech. So Pokerface, I mean, can they actually go for the early rotations? Or, I mean, they don't have the best like group up and push lineup as well, so I'm not too sure where they're going to find their openings.
Their lineup seems to excel at just kind of pick-offs. The Shadow Demon Invoker combo is really, really strong, like we just saw, so I think that should be where their focus is, just trying to get some pick-offs with the Shadow Demon. But of course now, Ohio with the Blink Dagger. It's a 9-minute Blink Dagger, which is really not that bad, and there's 3 kills on the bot lane, really helping him boost his GPM. But yeah, Pokerface, I mean, their lineup is kind of a jack of all trades in a way. It doesn't really excel at anything, but it's got a little bit of everything in it. So what are they going to be able to do, I suppose, is just maybe try and get some pick-offs. I find it interesting that Fudby is not going for the mech. I mean, I guess he's leaving it for JYU in the offlane, but JYU isn't getting ideal farm, so that's going to be a pretty slow mech versus a really fast mech coming out from Titan, since Yamate has already started building his and it won't be too far away.
Yeah, I mean, the early mechs are just so good, I think. I mean, it's always worth it if you get it early enough, and I think Windrunner is a really good candidate for it, but I guess she just wants to get the mobility with the Force Staff to set up the shackles, maybe. And, I mean, especially since Pokerface, they're probably the ones who have to fight early. I think the mech would have been maybe a bit better than the Force Staff.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm sure they have something in mind. Going for this fast Force Staff, but I'm just not too sure what. I mean, I feel like the mech is going to be ideal for pushing down towers, which is something they need to do. Or at least they need to have some rotations to the mid lane to kill KYXY, because, I mean, he's been uncontested. He's 0 to 0 to 0. He hasn't seen a single soul other than, you know, Febby in the mid lane. Cynical's now coming in to join the party, but they need more than just Cynical. Though Net and Ohio are smoked up, heading towards the top lane, possibly. Ohio, level 9, Net, level 5, though, so not going to have an Echo Slam coming out.
Well, if they can get the kill on Invoker, that's going to be huge, because the Invoker is farming up ridiculously fast with that Hand of Midas. Might be going for a straight up Necro.
He is. He's got a Staff of Wizardry on the bird.
I would think that it's going to be Necro, but I actually really like what Titan is doing at the moment. They've had Extinct get some XP from the top lane for quite some time now. They knew that Extinct is actually really falling behind in levels, so just prioritizing that level 6 on the Ancient Apparition at the moment and actually baiting him out at the same time. Oh man, will Pokerface take the bait?
I don't know if they will. Looks like they're considering it. Sky and MP heading back into the lane. MP, he's going forward. He's got Sky to back him up. He's going to get the Sunstrike off, but Ohio immediately banking in. Cold Feet, Ned coming with the Fissure, and Disruption will be there. Is it going to be enough though? I don't think so. No, MP going to go down. Last hit going the way of the Radiant, but Sky could be the next one to fall. Ohio's just chasing after him. AA ultimate coming through. He has it level 6 now. Sky getting hit there with the AA. Ultimate, is it going to be enough? Yep, it is, with one more hit from Ohio. Man, sticky Napalm and Chilling Touch is disgusting. That is a horrible amount of damage.
Yeah, most certainly, if you just witnessed it as well. And I mean, Titan, really props to them for actually waiting there patiently with Net and Ohio in the trees. They just completely baited out the Invoker there. And some teams, they would have just like, okay, screw it guys, they're not coming, just let's back off, go back to farming. But they waited as long as it took, and well, that was level 6 for Ancient Apparition, allowed him to get the Ice Blast to get the kill on Shadow Demon. And JYU, was he farming up Ancients at the moment, or did he just take some harassment from Yamate? Whatever the case may be, he has picked up a Vitality booster. I'm I'm just hoping to God that it's a casual vitality booster and he's making a mech afterwards. Because if they're really going for no mech against Titan, they're just gonna be screwed.
Yeah, I think that no mech is gonna be a bad decision for Pokerface. I really would not agree with that choice if that's what they're going for. But JYU now going for a cloak, so I'm not too sure if he's going to be going for a pipe. But Febby's got the 4 stuff done. I thought maybe he was saving up for a mech, but not going to be happening. A ultimate coming through, landing on 3. Oh my god! Devastation there! MP could be going down as well, and now Yamata's diving in. Barrett are going to be just taking down MP as well. JYU, last one standing. That was just amazing combination coming out from Titan, and now JYU, Bristleback is up, but it doesn't do anything really. And Flaming Lasso going to be used just for good measure. Mech is popped, and meanwhile in the mid lane, Dazzle gets taken down by KYXY as a solo kill. Last one standing is going to be Shadow Demon. So that was actually a team down, because Shadow Demon died as well.
Oh man, that setup from Titan, it was just magical. Ice Blast was flying already, then suddenly Earthshaker went in with that Fissure from the trees, as well as the Plasma Field doing pretty much the maximum amount of damage to all the targets. 3 hero Ice Blast, 2 supports blown up immediately, no disruptions, no heals coming out from the Dazzle, and they just took it from there. They chased Pokerface down, and I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better initiation by them.
Yeah, that was literally flawless. Well, Pokerface, I think they're in a lot of trouble. Golden Experience, I mean, it's only a 3,000 gold lead, but Experience is sitting at, well, almost 10,000. It's at least 8,000, 9,000 at this point. And you can see by the hero level, Razor, Naga, and Batrider are level 11. Dazzle and Shadow Demon are level 5. I mean, Dazzle and Shadow Demon are in such a tough position now because they're so underleveled that it's in a situation where if they try and fight and leave the base to get kills, they're probably going to die for it. Probably. And that's just going to lead to more level discrepancy and, you know, more and more pain for them. It's pretty sad game. And, oh, Yamata now going to get shackled to a tree. Sunstrike coming out. A lot of damage, but Net is just sitting in the bushes. Mech is going to be popped. There'll be a disruption behind the tower into Ohio, but he's going to blink forward anyway, grabbing onto Sky. Sky now just going to get dragged into the middle of the teamfight, taken down. Now Cynical as well as JYU on the run. Song of the Sign coming out from Naga, just giving them all time to get into position. A ultimate, well, not going to go through, but doesn't matter because Net's there. Echo Slam used onto 2. Shackle Shot not going to land onto, well, latch onto anything, and that's going to be 3 down immediately. Febby now is on the run. He's wind running and he should be around. He's got the 4 stuff up, but still 3 down immediately. Invoker summons that Necronomicon, but this is the problem when you let an Invoker free farm versus, well, a Naga. Invoker just can't really outcarry, and it's not even Naga who's doing the most damage. Not yet. Net's got his Blink Dagger. Yamate's got, you know, that mech like we mentioned, 4 staff, and Blink Dagger done on Ohio.
Oh, Net's played so well once again, this time on Earthshaker. Those features, they've been so nice. Defending Razor as well. I mean, Bristleback, he was the only one just getting caught like that. And oh, Cold Snap is there on Net with the Force Spear strike-clicking away, but can't really follow up. And MP, man, it's still only a level 1 Necrobook. It's not nearly enough to actually take the fights, and Naga has his Sacred Relic, or at least has enough gold for it. I guess it's gonna be Radiance finished by like 19 minutes. Depends on how much towers go down in the meantime.
Yeah.
But 14 to 4, looking at the graphs, it actually used to be 2,000 gold lead for Pokerface. Suddenly a 5k swing, or even a 6k swing, as it's 4k for Titan and XP. It's 11,000 for Titan. Oh my god, 60 minutes in.
That's pretty bad. It's really those supports. You can kind of see like Ancient Apparition, Bristleback same level 11 on Febby, level 11 on MP, but it's just Sky and Cynical who can't catch a break. I mean, level 5 at 16 minutes, almost 17 minutes. It's kind of like, you know, they might need to go to the jungle to catch up in levels because they really can't find kills. They're just walking food. But if they go to the jungle, they're going to be leaving their team to 3v5 against a team that's out farming them and out leveling them. It's just a lose-lose situation, and that's kind of the problem with Dota, where it's very punishing, and that if you fall behind, it can be so hard to catch up.
Yeah, and actually, Pokerface, it certainly looks like nobody's going for a mech. Maybe Cynical has actually 900 gold, but Arcane Boots, maybe actually buy some wards as well, since Febby, he's actually picked up a Belt of Strength, so he might be going for a Necrobook of his own, and to be honest, at this point in time even, I think just double Necro level 3 and going for split push or push might be their only option.
I hope it's a Basher. It's probably a Necronomicon, but I hope it's a Basher. Because that would be awesome. Focus 5 plus Basher. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. 14 to 4. Necrobook 2 is now done on MP, which, you know, it's a little bit more pushed. It's a little bit more something, but Titan are just out farming them so hard. Now in the mid lane, Febby, 4-star and Windrunners up. He should be alright, but Yamato just saying stop trying to hit our towers. We don't appreciate it. We're going to come defend him if you try. On the bot lane now, it is Extinct and Net, but oh, it looks like maybe they want to try and go on Extinct. He is alone now. He's got a TP scroll though, so he should be good to get out. Looks like on the top lane, Net is going to be there as well as Ohio. KOXY, Song the Siren is up, and in they go into MP, dragging him back into KOXY there. Net is running up. Net going to be going off onto MP, and now Net coming forward with the, well, getting the last hit there, I suppose. By Net, I guess I mean Ensnare. He's calling him Net anyway. And KOXY Relic is up, and Radiance is almost done too.
Oh man, this is just falling apart so hard for Pokerface. I mean, the start looked pretty good for them, but OTP bot lane. Will there be an Ice Blast as well? Actually, Song of the Siren should set up an easy Ice Blast for them. They're going for the tower deny. Oh man, just Titan, they're so on game. They're going for Cynical, blown up immediately. They don't have stuns, so oh, the Ensnare was flying just a second too late. But that's the Radiance for KYX. They deny the tower. They get one extra kill. Tier 1 tower top might fall down as well if Net wants to go aggressive for it, but I guess he's baiting at the moment. Titan, I mean, they're just back to their so-called like awesome Titan form, or I don't know how you even want to put it, but they're playing like in game number 1 at the moment.
Yeah, this is how you expect Titan to play. And I have to say, the lineup from Pokerface is not like what we saw in the 2 games they won. In the 2 games they won, they went for tanky lineups that are durable, that are able to dive, and this lineup is not to the same extent, I suppose. I mean, Evoker can sort of dive, but the way they laned it with, you know, a wind range and mid, it just didn't work out the way I think was best for them. They will be able to get the Roshan now, which is a good way to turn the game a little bit more in their favour. Now level 7 being hit on Cynical and a good amount of gold, but like you were saying, hoping that he's going to be just picking up a casual vitality booster. Nope, that is a Vanguard. I feel like a pipe would have been better just to deal with that Radiance damage and, well, the Earthshaker damage,
the Ice Blast.
And the Ice Blast damage, and the Firefly damage, and the all of the damage. But I guess Vanguard to deal with the auto attacks coming out from Yamato, maybe?
I don't think Yamato does, like... I mean, if he doesn't have the static link activated, his right clicks won't hurt that bad anyway, but if he's static linked a lot of damage, then even the Vanguard won't help you anyway. So I really have to agree that the pipe would have been better, but oh, they will find Cynical, and will they get the champ on him, Ohio? Oh, they're hanging on, so... Oh, they get the LSO anyway. It will be MP. Once again, the Ice Blast was there as well, Fisher. But he had the Aegis, so... Now Titan, are they actually staying around?
I think they should back out. There's 5 heroes here from Pokerface. I mean, sticking around could be just the throw of the century.
Well, if they manage to throw this, it's definitely going to be the throw of the century. Or at least pretty damn close to it.
Oh. But in they go. Echo Slam landing onto 3. That's double kill there for Ned. JYU is going to be chasing down Ned, but he's just going to TP out. Now KYXY is just chasing down MP. MP is running for it, but with no Wex. He really doesn't move that fast, and yet KYXY, he just needs to keep following. No, he's not going to be able to. He does use the Ghost Walk. KYXY now TPing out. No way to stop him. Yamato finally realizes the team fight. KYXY is going to get actually cold snapped up. He could be taking a fall now. He's got the Song of the Siren though. Holy comes Yamato. Going to be stealing all of JYU's damage. They do have to watch out there for the Necronomicon unit. If he kills that Necro unit, he could be dying. No, the Creep's tanking for him. Bro Creep helping out. Ohio now just chasing after JYU, who's on 1 here, but Shackle not going to be latching. He's got the 4-staff up. He will be able to just, well, 4-staff over him. No, not quite. JYU maybe making it out alive. He has got the Flaming Lasso. Still Blink Dagger up in 3 seconds, but it is being cancelled there by the Poison Touch put on by Cynical. So everyone going to make it out alive, but I'm so surprised KYXY survived that. Oh, maybe not A ultimate coming through.
Oh,
dodged.
Nicely dodged.
Yeah.
But KYXY actually has his Boots of Travels finished from this now, and oh, we might see a kill on Sky, and indeed we will.
He didn't even move. He was just like, I give up. Oh, Febby literally gives up. Calls the GG.
Or the draft from Pokerface this game definitely felt lacking.
Yeah, I don't think it's suited their playstyle unless, you know, the 3rd and 4th game, they really were just on point. I mean, the 3rd game especially, Febby on that Shadow Fiend was just flawless. He played fantastically, but this game just wasn't as good. And I think the lineup maybe... They had the right idea with the Shadow Demon Dazzle. It is a really strong combo, but I don't think it suits them as well. I think they're really better when they pick up just heroes that dive, and, you know, Titan can't respond, because if Titan try and respond, they die.
Yeah, it certainly felt like it at the moment. I mean, the Windrunner pick, nice idea, I guess, but they were just so heavily focused on, well, not focused, but they had to execute it perfectly in the early game to actually have a chance in this game, whereas Titan, they had decent early game as well as a lot of late game for themselves.
Yeah. Well, GG well played to both teams. Thank you, of course, to Gilbert for sponsoring this tournament and Dota Talk for allowing us to cast it. So that means Titan are going to be playing in the GEST Challenge, which should be starting soon. I'm not too sure the dates of it exactly, but it should be pretty interesting. There's a lot of big Chinese teams in the GEST Challenge, and it's for a pretty big prize pool, I think $10,000. So can't complain about that. But yeah, thank you for co-casting with me, Coucher. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Coucher on Twitter for my personal self, but I'm usually casting for the organization Hefla TV. So Twitter and Facebook, Hefla TV for both, and you can find all the information there. But thanks a lot for actually letting me cast with you. I had lots of fun. Actually got to cast a full-on best of 5. Don't think I've ever had to go for like the 5th game. Usually it's like 3-0 or 3-1.
Yeah, that was really well played by both teams there. I honestly was pretty impressed with Pokerface. I mean, taking 2 games of Titan is something to, you know, call home about, definitely. But yeah, thanks for casting with me. I'll see you some other time.
Yeah, hopefully.
Bye. And of course, I am Lily. You can find me at Twitter at porcelain_Lily or facebook.com/lilypiedota. But thank you for watching, everyone. If you have got any feedback on the cast or anything, send me a message either on Twitch, I read the Dota Talk TV email, or on Facebook, which was facebook.com/lilypiedota. I read all the messages there and I try to respond. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you later at some point. Bye.